So what I'm seeing in this hive is that they've been poisoned by a pesticide. And there's two ways that bees can be poisoned by pesticides. This is what we call an acute poisoning. So this is a direct, immediate negative effect on the bees. And it can be any kind of pesticide or herbicide that's been applied to a flowering tree, bush, plant, whatever. Something that was flowering that the bees were going to that was treated with some kind of poison, and the bees came into contact with it because they were visiting the flowers on that plant. So the biggest message to send to people is, obviously it would be great if no one used any pesticides, but if you're going to use a pesticide, at the very least, do not apply pesticides to flowering plants. Because when you do that, you're poisoning all of the pollinators that are visiting the flowers on that plant at that time. And the second way that bees are affected by pesticides is what's called sublethal poisoning. So not a direct immediate effect on the bees, so you don't really see the effects of these pesticides, but there are these, in particular, these systemic pesticides which weaken bees' immune system, compromise their fertility, compromise their navigational abilities, and do all these kind of insidious things to the bees that over time could cause the colony to collapse. And when they do collapse, it'll look like they collapse from something else, maybe pests, maybe just failed to thrive, something like that. But really it was this pesticide exposure that was weakening them to the point where they couldn't survive. And so this is the second bigger issue with bee poisonings.